Today on Sledhead 24/7. It's easy being green, at least on the snowcross track. In a sport where speed, power, and handling do matter, something warp-like has occurred to the Arctic Cat sleds this season. Later, class is in session as mountain man Brett Rasmussen schools riders who want to learn from the best on how to handle some of the toughest terrain on planet Earth. And holy transformers! Watch and learn as Polaris show you how easy it is to remake and remodel a snowmobile. From graphics, shocks, accessories, and more. Those stories and a report from round 3 and 4 of AMSOIL Championship Snocross powered by Ram and the Jackson Hole Snocross National. Turn on your GoPro, hit the trail, Sledhead 24/7 starts now.
Let's see if we can get you guys stuck.
Welcome to another episode of Sledhead 24/7, your show for everything snowmobile. I'm your host, Chelsea Scores. Joined with me this weekend is Jeff Fisher. We're hanging out in the pit area in Duluth at AMSOIL Championship Snocross. Now, Jeff, there's been a lot of sled changes this year.
Yeah, with the new rule changes in Snocross, all the manufacturers had to step up and make the changes. Arctic Cat did not disappoint. The new changes, Team Green looks fantastic out on the race course.
Let's learn a little bit more about the changes from Arctic Cat.
In a sport where speed, power, and handling matter, something warp-like has occurred to the Arctic Cat sleds this season.
Daniel Benham goes on to win. Win here in Duluth. Comes across double checkered flag.
Spent a lot of time this summer working with Arctic Cat and giving our feedback, on what we've learned over the past couple of years. And I'm really proud of, what Arctic Cat did and how hard they worked to, take our feedback and put it into the new sled. And I'm stoked. I mean, it's so good right out of the box. The first few laps out here, I couldn't believe how good it was. So that's really encouraging for me because I know we're going to be able to improve on that and make it better. So it's a good feeling. It gives me a lot of confidence coming into this race season, knowing that my sled's going to be top notch.
While it's early, the new Cat machines have been flat out fast and in control.
Double checkered flag and T-Train Tucker Hibbard to be the number 43 of Logan Christian out.
Arctic Cat's new race sled is awesome. We got the taller spindles, the longer skid frame, the longer track, narrower plastics. The whole engineering side did awesome this summer. Tucker and I were able to do some testing last spring on it and get it to where we needed it, and Arctic Cat was able to put in the work and do it. It's an amazing snowmobile. I've always been a fan of the long track. I like the pull of it. I like the weight corners. With those taller spindles and the long track, they work so well together that I mean, it's hard to pick one thing that I like more than the other thing because the whole package is awesome.
Sled this year is really a nice piece. The engineers and everybody up at Arctic Cat in the race department, with the help of Speedworks, everybody kind of did their homework this year in putting together a really nice piece for us. With the no open chassis rules, they really went to work in making this a pretty race-specific sled. I mean, it's still based off the consumer model with the Procross chassis and that sort of thing, but it's really kind of specialized to the racer. It really kind of opened up the engine compartment, made it really easy for the mechanic to get at things that were a little bit tighter fitting before. And structurally, it still stayed a really sound piece. The front end geometry that the engineers worked on and Tucker and Logan this spring tested with seems to work really well for the racer. So the guys are really impressed with that, and just the overall durability of the sled that we've had for many years coming out of the Arctic Cat factory has just been phenomenal.
The changes, tweaks, and modifications at Arctic Cat have paid off big time.
Here in Duluth, comes across double checkered flag, and T-Train, Tucker Hibbert is ready, and Travis Kern in round one.
At times, the podiums have resembled an Arctic Cat reunion.
Got to give it up to my whole team that worked so hard, all the guys guys and gals behind me that are getting me here, because without them, there's no way I could get this done.
But the other sled manufacturers didn't take the summer off. Stay tuned, we'll have a full report on the latest news from Skidoo and Polaris. Much more to come.
As you can see, Chelsea, with the new rule changes, it really leveled the playing field, but very important for all the manufacturers. Now they have to build the best stock snowmobile possible.
Absolutely. It'll be an exciting season here with AMSOIL Championship Snocross. And make sure you guys stay tuned. There's more Sledhead 24/7 to come right after this.
When Sledhead 24/7 returns, bring a notebook, because class is in session. Our professor of backcountry riding is legendary mountain rider Brett Rasmussen, whose lesson plan is not for the meek. Later, Polaris shares the latest ways to accessorize your snowmobile. From a windshield to some new graphics, little ways to make big upgrades to your sled.
Sledhead 24/7 is brought to you by AMSOIL, Protect Your Weekend, by Polaris, Terrain Domination, Arctic Cat, Share Our Passion, Skidoo Snowmobiles, What Matters is What's Next, and by Ram Trucks, proven to last.
Welcome back to Sledhead 24/7. If you like great snowmobile stories, you have found the right place.
So take a look at this. Again, we're out riding, we're out in the mountains. We're in a remote location out here in West Yellowstone. I have the honor of riding with my buddy, Brett Rasmussen. He has Ride Rasmussen Style Clinic. He's got us on brand new Skidoo the Gen 4 chassis. Brett, what are we gonna do today?
Jeff, we're gonna have the best time ever. The snow is awesome for this early in the season. It's untracked because there's not a lot of people out here, and we're just gonna go have a lot of fun. We're gonna spend a little bit of time with instruction, help some guys with some ride technique, up their game a little bit, and show everybody what these Skidoo G4s are all about. I own and operate Ride Rasmussen Style. We conduct backcountry ride clinics on a daily basis out of West Yellowstone, Montana. Show a good time to a lot of people. In addition to that, I'm one of Skidoo's backcountry experts, and I spend a lot of time promoting the brand and helping the guys out at Skidoo.
We really like to go through all the basics because there's always a bunch of little things that the average rider or above average rider doesn't know that actually helps a lot. So we have our whole Ride Rasmussen style that Brett has critiqued and made very, very, very good, that we go over and we do our whole class for the day, and then after that we go out, practice it, and challenge them. I really like to challenge people. I like to get them stuck, and I like to help them get them unstuck.
With the Brett is of course is great. So there is a reason why he's called as a professor. So he's a very technical rider. He has a lot of know-how from many decades, from racing to the backcountry for the avalanche safety. So of course for me too, so I'm learning a lot of things every day when we're riding, and best part for me of course is that when we have the days together, just exploring the new areas and chasing each others in the forest. So
Nick, great job on that maneuver. You see how we can use the force of gravity and a little bit of counter steer and get the sled set up on its edge without spending a lot of effort?
Yeah, so coming down, I watched you jump. You kind of jumped on the other side of your sled, and I wasn't going to do that, but I did it, and it made it a lot easier for me.
Videos are one thing, but I'm just so excited to be out here one-on-one with Brett and really learning more and more actually how to ride my machine. I feel so much more confident now, being able to take my machine more places than I ever thought I could after riding and taking his clinic.
Blake, that was awesome!
So Blake, are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Dude, you're doing everything right then.
I like it.
So, maybe you'd have a little better experience if you didn't park your sled upside down. But that doesn't mean that we can't have fun at this. And you know, you kind of popped over this little ledge, and the thing that you have to do when you come over a ledge like that is at the last minute you got to go full lock counter steer, pull the sled clear over so the side panel's right in the snow, and then slide off the ledge.
After dealing with Brett today, God, it's a whole nother story. He was dealing with me getting stuck a couple times, just came down with a smile on his face, laughing, helped me pull the sled over, gave me a couple pointers, and it's unbelievable what he does for everyone. And I hope to actually come back out here again. He's tremendously good. So
after watching Brett in videos, it's actually really unreal to actually be out here riding with him and teaching us how to, you know, go through trees and got technique and honestly making me a better rider. It's pretty crazy to be out here.
Anyone who's interested in joining us for a Brett Rasmussen style clinic, we operate on a daily basis out of West Yellowstone, Montana. You can reach us on our website, riderasmussenstyle.com. Send us an email and we'll reach out to you. From the 1st of January through the end of March, every day we do clinics.
Still ahead, the latest news from the world's greatest snowcross racers as the points battle to crown a new champion shapes up. World champ and Polaris athlete David Fisher is standing by with the insider's way to upgrade your sled. But first, time for an AMSOIL tech tip.
Hey, Len Groom from AMSOIL here. You hear us talk a lot about your snowmobile and how we have oil for your snowmobile and your power sports needs. But what about that hard-working vehicle that gets you to and from your job, that gets you to the store, that works tirelessly for you day in and day out? Well, guess what? We have oil for passenger cars as well. And we've reformulated it to make it even better. 75% better wear protection, better cold temperature protection, better protection for your turbochargers. We've got your vehicle taken care of. For more information on our passenger car line of motor oils, check out AMSOIL.com.
Welcome back to Sledhead 24/7, your show for everything snowmobile.
And if you love snowmobiling, take a look at this.
AMSOIL Championship Snocross, powered by Ram, heads west to legendary Jackson Hole, Wyoming. The Grand Teton Mountains are the backdrop for round 3 and 4. The Jackson Hole Snocross, presented by Country Cat.
Welcome to Jackson Hole Snocross!
Fresh rib sandwich.
In round 3 of Pro Light, Jacob Yurt got the whole shot and piloted his Arctic Cat to the front of the pack. But on this day, time for all Arctic Cat fans to celebrate. Fly away, double checkers away. An emotional flag-to-flag victory for Jacob Yurt. And the podium was green as Daniel Benham and Nisi Kjellstrom on their cats rounded out the top 3. AMSOIL round 3, Pro Finals underway from... In the big show Friday night, Johan Lidman rode his Arctic Cat hard to an early lead in the pro class with Logan Christian in pursuit. 10-time champion Tucker Hibbert was stuck back in the pack, but not for long. When Lidman slowed up for lap traffic, Logie took full advantage and charged forward for the lead. With 1 lap to go, Logan and Tucker were running 1 and 2, and on the last turn before the finish line, Tucker swooped inside to take the lead. Oh, and Tucker dives down underneath. Tucker dived down underneath, was able to make the pass. What a racing move! The win extends his winning streak to 3 in a dramatic fashion. In Pro Light, Daniel Benham nailed the stud boy hole shot and was off to the races. Meanwhile, the battle raced back in the pack. Look at Coutu, and Helfer looks over his shoulder. Coutu's got position. He stays to the inside. Telfer goes outside. But Benham went flag to flag for the victory, and it was an all Arctic Cat podium once again. In the pro final, 14 of the best racers on the planet lined up, ready to take on this man, Tucker Hibbert. Johan Lidman grabbed the stud boy hole shot, but soon enough, the 10-time national champion, Tucker Hibbert, did what he does best, ride hard and fast to the lead. Charging hard down into the corner. Cody Cam and Logan Christian dueled at the base of Snow King Mountain and made it to the box. But the weekend in Jackson belonged to Tucker Hibbert with a sweep and a perfect 4-for-4 start so far in this young season.
When Sledhead 24/7 returns, David Fisher is standing by with the latest news on how to transform a Polaris. Dave has plenty of ideas and
Brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. By FXR. World-class outerwear. By Stud Boy. Traction with an attitude. Ziegler Cat. Exceptional service. Backing the best equipment. And by U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
Welcome back to Sledhead 24/7, your show for everything snowmobile. Now, Jeff, when I get a new sled, one of my favorite things to do is go shopping for accessories.
Well, yeah, not only with your new sled, you can also take 2 3-year-old sleds and upgrade them. Now, Polaris has a great opportunity for you to do that.
Let's see what's new from Polaris.
David Fisher, Polaris Terrain Dominator. You know, I love a shiny new sled, but these Polaris sleds are built to last. With just a few key things, we can refresh our ride. Today we're going to switch out some key parts like shocks and track, as well as add some accessories and a fresh wrap to give it a refreshed look. So what we're refreshing today, 2014 Switchback Assault, as well as a 15-axis Rush. I mean, no matter your ride, Polaris has parts and accessories for you. So as you can see, this Rush, it already looks good. So by just adding a few simple accessories like bags, bumpers, and a wrap, it gives it an all-new look for the season. So I have a few buddies in the shop today helping. First thing I'm going to start off is getting the front bumper on. So obviously, pull off the plastic. A cool way to add style and protection to your ride is adding the Elite front bumper. This aluminum stamp bumper adds protection and a custom look to your ride. One of my favorite bags is the Lock and Ride Pro Fit bag, a key element to fit Pro Fit storage system. This bag provides you with more storage space that will keep you riding longer. So with this Switchback Assault, it's got a few miles on it, and we need to get it back to peak performance. So we're gonna add shocks, belt, a new track, as well as a new wrap, which is gonna give it a refreshed look. I know it's gonna take some time, but today we're gonna switch out the track on the Switchback Assault. So I chose the Ice Ripper 1.6. The reason is, this sled will be used a little bit more on trails, so a little bit more trail-friendly track with great traction and acceleration. Let's talk about handguards. You know, they're not the most exciting thing, but a very important feature. Quick and easy to put on, and yet they add style and protection. There's no easier way to completely change the look of your sled than a wrap. Polaris has partnered with Arctic FX to create custom wraps designed to fit your machine. So the reason why I like using Arctic FX is you can pick any color you want. You can use the wrap tool online and design and pick whichever style you like. So as you can see, these rides have been refreshed. With a small investment and a little bit of TLC, you can bring back that new look and feel. So many options for every sled. Visit Polaris.com or your authorized Polaris dealer to learn more.
Well, it just goes to show you Polaris has great ways to accessorize your older machines.
They sure do, Jeff. Now that is all the time we have this week for Sledhead 24/7. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Who knows, you might be riding with us this season. I'm your host, Chelsea Scorch, and for all of us here at Sledhead 24/7, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the snow.
Slade, what are you doing? I'm in the jungle.